Bienvenue à tout le monde. Welcome everybody. Je suis très fier, excité de vous présenter notre coach par intérim, Martin Saint-Louis. Very excited to introduce to everybody today our new interim coach, Martin Saint-Louis.
Thanks, Kent. Thanks, Jeff. It's an honor for me to. C'est un très bel honneur pour moi d'être entraîneur des Canadiens de Montréal. J'ai grandi ici. J'ai été un gros fan des Canadiens. C'est quelque chose que je me prépare, ça fait, je dirais, une dizaine d'années. J'ai eu la chance de me séparer du hockey professionnel pour 6 et 7 ans, pour être avec ma famille et mes enfants. Et puis, je suis très chanceux d'avoir une femme qui me laisse encore poursuivre un rêve. I was able to disconnect from the pro game for about 6-7 years, and to be able to be with my 3 boys and my wife. And I'm very blessed to have such a great wife that, again, allows me to pursue a dream that I always wanted. And again, merci beaucoup pour l'opportunité.
Yeah. No, I would just say welcome to everybody. Thank you for coming out. I would like to thank Dom Ducharme for his time with the Montreal Canadiens and all the efforts put in. Much appreciated by everybody here. On my end, it's a pleasure and honor to have Marty come and join us as interim general manager, and we're very excited, for today and for new beginnings.
Do you prefer to be called Martin, Marty, Coach? What's your preference? And will you be behind the bench tonight?
You can call me however you like.
Okay.
Okay? And yes, I will be behind the bench.
Okay. Marty, you have an experience of people doubting you. And I think when Marc-Andre just mentioned that you coached at a junior level, you corrected him and said, Pee-wee, there's a lot of people out there that are doubting you right now. What do you have to say to those people?
Well, if anything this team needs right now is to have fun. And so, I know when they were Pee-wees, they had a lot of fun. So, I'm probably the most qualified guy right now. People are entitled to their opinion. And, for me, all that stuff, as an athlete, as a human, all that stuff that people want to doubt or talk and say and comment, to me, it's all noise. It's always been noise. And I've always been a guy that blocked the noise and gets after it. And that's what I intend to do. Doesn't matter what I say, what experience I had, I'm still going to get judged on how I perform and how I can help this team.
Yeah, for sure. When I came here, intention was to have Dom finish the season. But as the season went along, as things were playing out, the way we were playing, I just felt that it was deteriorating. And in my conversations with Kent, just talking about what we had to do to try to, we didn't have 5 games to go. We have 37 games to go. And that's a large part of the season. And there's a lot of teaching that has to happen. There's a lot of development that has to go on. And I just felt like, we felt as a group, it was time. It was time to make a change and move it forward that way. Along the way, we had decided recently that, Dom wasn't going to be here for next year, and we just felt like now was the time. If we were going to let him go after the season, why not do it now and take advantage of this opportunity, these 37 games. As far as the timeline, since Kent came on board, we're evaluating everything, we're looking at everything, and over the course of the last few weeks, it just became evident that the team just needed a spark, and so we started to talk about names, and Marty's name came to the forefront. We both have history of knowing him. He played for me in New York. Kent has a history of knowing him. He talked about that. And then we both have spoken to him at different occasions over the past, I would say, 10 days and to a week, and kind of just close the deal as we came back. I felt like it was time to give Dom a little more time. Hopefully we're getting all of our players healthy, maybe give him another opportunity. But on Tuesday, after the game, when we left that game, we just felt like it was time, that the group needed a change and we needed to move forward.
John, the only thing I'd add to that, listen, we have a blueprint, what we want to accomplish here. We're going to do that over a period of time. I'd be lying to you if I told you today that we know step by step every single dot that's going to be connected over the next X number of years, and that we're going to execute every single one. I think there's a component in this business that you're going to react. We're going to react without compromising what we're trying to do, but there's no way we're going to be able to say, hey, we're going from dot A, B, C, D in this direction over the course of time.
You play with a lot of fire and passion, and I think that's been lacking with the team, especially as the season's gone on. How do you do that? How do you get the guys to play that way?
Well, I think you have to inspire them a little bit. You got to motivate them. I think, at the end of the day, this is a National Hockey League, and every game they should put their best foot forward to be as productive as they can to help the team win. I think for me right now, it's getting them excited to play hockey again. And they've gone through some tough time this year, obviously, with the, injuries, COVID. But, my job coming in is just inspire them. And I think I think it's one of my strong suit.
Could you describe your philosophy? You mentioned how you've been formulating a plan over the past 10-odd years watching the NHL. Don't expect you to go into detail on that plan, but just that philosophical difference between hockey systems and concepts and how you deliver that to your players.
Yeah, systems, I feel like you box players in to be in a certain spot. And sometimes you don't allow them to make reads because of it. A concept is more playing with a little more instinct, with ideas of how we want to be as a team. Now, there is structure inside concepts. Systems, you can say structure. When systems, you box players into only certain things they can do. And that was probably one of the things that I hated the most as a player, is play in a system where I was a great player when I was allowed to make reads, because the best players make the best reads. But if you take the reads out of the equation, those best players become average. So I want to make sure that I allow my best players to make reads. And I'd rather them make a bad one than not making a read at all. And sometimes in systems, there's not much reads. And so that's why I'm more excited about, as a player, playing in a concept than in a system. But there's tons of structure in a concept. It's just a little more freedom.